This is a gas tank out of a 95 Ford E250 van. Someone drilled a hole in it to steal the gas, and I'm going to show you in this video how to fix this the right way. And I'm going to solder this up. A lot of people are scared to put a torch to a gas tank. They think it's going to blow up. I've been doing this since I was a teenager, and I'm 45 now. I've never had one blow up. I do see a lot of videos out there where people are putting JB weld on it. You never want to do that. JB weld's a temporary fix, and if it starts leaking when you're driving it, you're creating a dangerous situation. So the first thing you want to do is take the fuel pump out. You want to have two big openings in the tank where it's well ventilated. And on an older car, you take the sending unit out. You don't want to do this to like a Model T gas tank or a lawnmower tank where it only has a fuel filler and just a small line coming off of it. Those tanks will blow up. There's a different way you do those type. So next, I'm going to wash the inside of the gas tank out with water. That helps to get rid of some of the fumes. And it's very easy to dry the tank out after you do that. You just stick rags in it and you can dry it out. And next, what I'm going to do is clean up this area around where I'm going to solder this hole up. And to clean that area up, I'm just using one of these surface prep tools with those Scotch-Brite pads on it. And I've already gone over with a little bit with a file to get any rough edges off. And that surface prep tool cleans that area up real nice. And to solder that up, I'm just using a MAP gas torch. And the solder and flux is just from like any hardware store for like soldering copper pipes. And I'm going to make the patch out of this piece of copper pipe. It's just easier to solder to copper. You can also make it out of like a piece of sheet metal if you want. So here's the piece I cut out. And because this is kind of on the corner, I need to bend this. So what I'm going to do is heat this piece up red hot, and then it anneals the copper, and then I can bend it easy after that. So here's what that piece looks like after it's bent right and sits on there right. So now I'm going to take this piece and stick it in the sandblast cabinet to clean it up good. If you don't have one of those, you can use a wire wheel or sandpaper on it. Yeah, so now that piece is all cleaned up. And there's three different ways you can do this to keep the fumes out of the tank. Some people hook a hose to like the exhaust pipe of a car and tape it around the fuel filler and have the car running, and that keeps the fumes out. You can also take like a vacuum cleaner and tape it on there, and that keeps air sucking through the tank to where it does the same thing. Or you can take a blowgun, that's what I'm going to do, and tape the thing down and tape it around the fuel filler, and that keeps air blowing through the tank. Then it won't build up fumes. Yeah, and also when you do this, you want to make sure you're wearing safety glasses. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to keep that on there where I want it. Yeah, so it looks like I got it good. So now what we'll end up doing is putting a little bit of gas in here, and then I'll make sure it doesn't leak. I'll tip it to where it's right on the gas is sitting right on that. And some of the solder will come off of here that's dripped all over the place. Yeah, and I just clean this up with a wire brush after that. And this is one of these strong hand tools, third hand grasshopper, I guess they call it. And that just holds that, because it's in such a weird place, it would slide off of there without using that. Yeah, and I just took and filed those two spots down. Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep the solder from going all over the place when it's right on the corner here. Yeah, and to dry the water out of the inside of the tank, you want to use these white rags and just stick them in here. And then you're going to keep wringing it out and doing it over and over again. Yeah, you don't want to use these shop towels because they don't soak up water good. Yeah, so it's all dried out inside. That really doesn't take very long to do that. So now I'm going to put a little bit of gas in it and tip this some way where it could, and make sure it doesn't leak. Yeah, so I just put a little bit of gas in here. Now I'm just going to let it sit for a little while and make sure it doesn't leak before I put the fuel pump back in. Yeah, it doesn't leak, and the fuel pump's back in, so now I'm ready to go put it back in the van. Yeah, the gas tank is back in the van. What I forgot to say in the video is radiator shops used to fix gas tanks this way, but most radiator shops have gone out of business now since radiators are aluminum with plastic tanks and they can't fix them.